So you made a mistake, your butt came up, you start to get rolled, you repenetrate. There you go. Try to roll them to the right side, Patrick. Listen, even if your butt's far away, if your arms are down near their calves and their feet can't walk backwards, they're going to fall on their hip, but you're going to jump to either side. You're not going to get squished, and you're not going to get rolled. Put all your weight there. See? When he tries to roll you, you'll flip to that side because his feet can't get back. Do it again. Really try to keep him on your right side, Pat. Really try. Exaggerate it. Really think left arm, left arm, left arm, left arm, left arm. See how his legs get... Your left hand's too high. Put it down to his calf. That's where it belongs. Do it again. When you do this right, his feet will cross. The more he tries to roll you, the easier his feet will cross. Just go limp. Yeah, repenetrate, Angelo. Now, when he goes... There, see that? The more he tries to roll you, the more... Because he can't walk his foot back. When he rolls you, and you don't do that, stay above the knees this time. And go slow. So, Angelo, you're going slow. Pat, when you got to roll him, right? Bring your butt up, Angelo. Repenetrate. Now, Pat's going to take his right foot back. Put it on the ground, heel, squat. No. Not a sprawl, a squat. Like you're shitting in the woods. Now you're going to shit on your own ankle. So you got to go backwards when you shit. There you go. Now that foot comes out. Now do the exact same thing. Pat, everything start over. Do the exact same thing. And when he starts to bend his legs, come up, stop, hit your knee again. Patrick, sit back. No, stay there. Angelo, right knee on the ground. Right, okay. Your hands are above the knees, so he's going to roll you no problem. Just take your left hand and straighten it all the way to his calf. Now, Patrick, try to walk your foot back and don't let him, Angelo. See that? So when he goes to roll you, put that heel to the ground, and all you do is basically lay out like you're diving into a pool. Just lay on him. Don't even run your feet yet, Angelo. Just lay on him. Throw your hips forward and lay on him. No, come back up. You're not laying on him. I want you straight. Thrust your hips in like you're having a baby. Okay. Now, you're going to try to roll him to the right as hard as you can, Patrick. And you got to hold that heel in the ground with your left hand. Push all your weight on it. Thrust your hips forward and make him fall. See how his feet almost cross? Yep. And your hips are low? Now, wait. Stay there. Patrick, try to get your hips up. Don't let him because that left arm is holding it. Don't let him. See that? Now, when you start to push, Angelo, push. See, you went to his knee. I can see your fingers at his knee. You didn't stay at his heel. So Patrick was able to bend his right leg and get it up. Do it again. When you do this, if you make a mistake on your first finish, and you do this where you're going to trap his heels, you've got to trap his heels. Now he can't bend his leg. See that? Walk your feet backwards. Now use your toes to hold your butt about 2 inches off the ground like a plank. Okay, good. There you go. But his left leg is bent again. I want his both legs straightened. Take both hands. Perfect. Okay. Now we're going to go live from there. Pat, you try all sorts of stuff. Sprawl, scissor kick, whizzers, hip in, pass his head, whatever you want. Ready? Go. Okay. Your left arm lifted his leg, so it was hard to finish. Do it again. I'm telling you, even when you repenetrate and drive, straighten your arms. If you lift his legs, you can put him back down in different places. When you straighten him, he can't move his freaking ankles. He can't sprawl. Takes away his entire sprawl. Ready? Go. Harder. Pat, you feel a difference? Can you tell the difference when he's on your calf versus above your knee?
Yeah, I can.
Immediately, right?
Yeah, I can.
Right. When you get good at this stuff, all your shots, boom, boom. Singles, down. High crotch, down. Doubles, down. Not elbows out. So when you go down, elbows back in. So it's down, and then you think there's little strings attached to your elbows and your lat muscles, and you just go with your arms here. And you're only freezing him for a second. He goes to bend his hamstring fires. He goes to bend his leg. His heel doesn't move. His feet don't move. Now all your weight's running over him It's like stepping on his foot and pushing him. Okay, step on his foot and push him. It only takes a second for him to lose his balance. Okay? Now don't step on his foot and push him. That's exactly what happens on a double. When you're on a double and you're above the knees and you start to drive, you walk your feet back. Tightening, tightening, stuffing, stuffing, locking, locking, scissoring. You know, the second you stop to drive for a second to collect yourself, or if you suck in and lift, he just pushes his leg back. Boom. That's why I almost stepped over you. Okay, go again, live. Back up, you're two in the center. Now remember, if you feel like it's too hard to drive at any point, this is not live. Start to drive this way. Get to about where you almost put them down, and then lose it. Hit your knees, just like a crackdown. Take them back the other way, but really exaggerate your snake with your left arm. Okay? And it's like a Burroughs finish. There you go. Now Patrick's trying to roll you, so just swing your... There you go. But see, look, his leg wasn't straight. It was bent. Start over. You got to go like this, with your hips. You got to throw your hips in. Your body's almost got to get like a ramp from the backside, like your feet, ass, head, all like a ramp. And then there's chest pressure and ton of weight on his ankle, so he can't lift his foot. So you're driving, but you didn't get it. He's walking with you. He's walking with you. You finally slow down, so you feel like he's about to roll you. Drop your hips in. There you go. Straight. Your butt's too high. There. Yep. And then you want to jump over with just your right knee. Just your knee, and then scoop him. Scoop his knees with your knees. Yeah. Then you pick his knees up. Drop your hands to his ankles again. Pick his ankle up to your hip. There you go. Yeah, there. There's no way out of that one. Okay? Okay, we're going live again. So it's basically just like a high crotch. You could drive to a double, or if he stops you, you crack him down. It's like on your feet. Lift, run pipe. It's exactly the same principle. And when you run a pipe, when you crack down, you want all the weight on one pivot point, so he goes trembling down. If you try, it's like a circle. You can't make a circle if you don't have an epicenter, you know, where the radius sticks from. If you start letting that thing that make the compass move around, your circle is not good, right? So when you change direction, that's the point where you have to plant your flag. Boom. His foot goes here, he pivots on that. If he can hop that around, you're going to lose the crackdown. So if he hops that around and you're losing the crackdown, go back to the driving double. You got to make these adjustments like supercomputer fast. You're smart. That's where your smarts comes in. But you're also dumb because you're like a stubborn dog on a bone. So you got this problem, right? You got a personality where you're really stubborn and you're like, I'm going to get this. And you got a personality, you got an intellect which is really smart, you know? So your brain's smart and you can do this stuff, but because you're stubborn or your habits have gotten into, I'm going to finish with muscles, now you got these habits that are killing your smarts. You've got to use your supercomputer that's constantly making minor adjustments, not big adjustments. The more minor, the better. The more he's off balance, the input he's receiving should be very like quick and confusing. Like first there's pressure this way, then there's pressure that way, then there's pressure this way. Not that you want to change without him changing. If you change without him changing, you're just going back and forth. But if you change, when you feel a crackdown from him where he's trying to put you on your head, right, and you start to spin him, he's going to fall fast. He's got to adapt. In that minute or millisecond, when he adapts, if you change direction, you take him off his feet, easy finish. You're driving real hard and you feel him change his weight and his shift and he starts to win the battle. If you immediately put all his weight on his heel and pivot him to his butt, he won't have enough time to adjust and you clearly jump right over, boom, ankles are trapped, his legs roll like this, finish. Okay, all that stuff has to happen. So when you're drilling, you have to tell him to do something so you can get a second finish. You don't even want to drill your first finishes. You want to drill your second finishes. Because in a real match against real good people, it might be your fourth finish. You know, not that they're discernible differences because it's chain wrestling, but you got to have that feel when you're drilling. So right now, you're going to go live, and Patrick's going to go super hard. So you're going to try your first finish knowing it's not going to work. You know, one time when you're going to drive, Patrick's going to try to roll you. You're gonna let him almost roll you, then finish with your second finish. Then later on, we're gonna start with like half of a crackdown, and he'll try to adjust on the crackdown, not to fall. He'll try to sprawl, and you'll take him off his feet.